Good afternoon, everybody. Time for a wolfofbricks.com update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So before we get into the main topic, I wanted to share something with you. Don't ask me how, but I am on Pyrex TikTok. I did a deep dive, and that's all I'm going to say. And there was this, I'm trying to find it, but I can't. You're looking at eBay.com right now. There was a Pyrex listing that recently sold, I want to say for like $30,000. And I can't find it. There's a lot of, I don't want to say controversy, but a lot of excitement that was going on with it. It was, I think the highest price was, or bid was around $30,000, and then the bidder pulled out at the end, and then they took the listing down, and then word and innuendo has it that Martha Stewart got involved, and she was interested in the Pyrex piece. It was a very simple white with red roses type of Pyrex. Some of you folks may know what I'm talking about. Probably nobody does. But anyway, so that piqued my interest, and I started to go down the Pyrex rabbit hole. And of course, we're going to talk about Lego, but I just want to talk about this for 30 seconds. Pyrex, if you know what you're doing, and full disclosure, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Pyrex. But, I mean, there are Pyrex circles out there. I mean, you go on TikTok and you type in Pyrex and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea this universe existed. I mean, people are spending tons of money on used Pyrex. Isn't it crazy? But I just wanted to share that with you because, you know, this is in the spirit of reselling. I'm not sure I would call this investing. I'm sure, and I don't want to offend the Pyrex people because I'm sure they're nice but potentially vicious people. But, I mean, there's just a lot going on in the Pyrex community, and I wanted to share that with you. All right, so we're going to talk about Star Wars helmets, right? Now, I've talked about it in the past, but I really haven't done that much of a deep dive, and I want to talk about it now. And, of course, I would love it if you liked and subscribed to this video. It really helps us out. So there's two helmets that have already retired, the Star Wars TIE Fighter pilot set number 75274. I've owned quite a few of these. I didn't own hundreds. I wish if it was accessible and not just a Target exclusive, I probably would have had hundreds of them, but that, truth be told, that should have been some sort of indicator that, Jim, you really need to get on this. And I wish I had more. And, of course, there's also the Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet set number 75276. Let's start with the TIE Fighter helmet. Okay, now here's the thing. I hear, this is just me personally, and I'm going to try not to do a rant here. I hate it whenever I hear people lamenting in the Lego investing community. They're like, man, I should have done this. Man, I should have done that. Man, there's a small crease on my set that somebody, you know, damage, and I need to call and get VIP points and show them. I just hate when people complain. And I'm bringing that up because there's a lot of people that are like, man, there's never going to be another Star Wars TIE Fighter pilot, which is true, but, you know, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be another set out there that performs as strong as this right here. And I believe there's sets already out there. Of course, you know, all respect, I'm not going to share them with you, but there's sets that I really like, and when it comes to an ROI factor, I definitely think it's going to equal out the Star Wars TIE Fighter pilot. So just keep that in mind. I mean, there are times where you may make a mistake, you may, you know, wish you did something different. Your only choice is just to move on, right? But, you know, this TIE Fighter helmet, and I have one left. I should have grabbed it. It's somewhere over there. But this is a great-looking helmet, and there's not going to be any more. So instead of lamenting on, man, I wish I should have purchased that, what I would like to encourage you to do is to think, man, which helmet is that in the current releases are available at a good price that I could potentially replicate that with the TIE Fighter Pilot. And I'm not saying that you're going to have a same ROI with the other helmets that you are the TIE Fighter Pilot, but you're still going to be making money, folks, okay? You may not be making 250% ROI, but still, if you're making 175, you're still doing a good job, right? So we have the Star Wars TIE Fighter Pilot, and we also have the Stormtrooper helmet as well. And let's see, just for fun, what it's going at. So it looks like it's at 106. Clearly not as high as the TIE Fighter Pilot, but keep in mind, folks, this is now the 8th month since these sets have retired, right? You know, this brings me back to whenever I would have my one-on-one consultations with Patreon members. At the very beginning, and the first questions out of their mouth was, Jim, how can I double my money every 12 months? Well, I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but you really have to thread the needle carefully, right? What you may want to do is ask yourself, what can you do to double your money every 18 months? Or worst case scenario, every 24 months, right? So if you look at it that way, I really think that you'll have less headaches at the beginning or in the middle of your Lego reselling journey. But real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, which sets do you think is the biggest winner out of all the helmets that are currently available? Is it the Darth Vader? Is it the Boba Fett? Is it the Dark Trooper helmet? Is it the Luke Skywalker helmet? Or is it the Star Wars Scout Trooper helmet? Now here's the thing, I just went through all of those. All of these, for the most part, are pretty strong, right? I mean, granted, the Stormtrooper helmet is the weakest out of the two that is retired, so potentially the Scout Trooper helmet might be the weakest, but it's still a very strong set. Luke Skywalker helmet. Are you kidding me? Do not tell me that this is not a strong set. I love it. When it first came out and somebody did a mock-up of a head in there, I was like, oh my gosh, get me the crap out of here. But this is an amazing looking helmet. I love it. Boba Fett, right? Now this set has been out for a while. This was a part, I believe, of the initial release with the other 3 helmets, right? But here's the deal. I could be wrong. I don't see this set being hoarded out as much as what I think it should be. I thought, you know, by now it would be as bad as, I don't know, maybe the Mandalorian with Child Brickhead set. I mean, that's over-hoarded. I've sold hundreds of them, and I own hundreds of them, right? But I really think that there's a lot of opportunity here. And here's the thing. I think at one time, this set was being sold for like $35, like maybe 6 months ago. I'm trying to remember. And this was, I think this was a Target special. So if you didn't take advantage of that, I mean, I don't think that set is going to have a better price when it comes to purchasing it for your inventory. So we are going to go to the Excel now. And what I encourage for everybody who's considering purchasing this, I mean, I'm not telling you to do this because, of course, this isn't investment advice here, right? But if you're considering buying some helmets, you may want to play the field and purchase, you know, if you're wanting to purchase, I don't know, 25 sets of one, you may consider just purchasing 5 sets of each one or something like that, right? So when you play the field, I mean, it's still not that bad. The Amazon ROI for the 2 sets that have retired, you're looking at a ROI of 218. For eBay, you're looking at an ROI of 202. An ROI of 202% for eBay is strong, right? So just keep in mind, there's always opportunities out there to make money. You shouldn't lament that, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. It's never going to be like this again. It is. Not only are there sets out there that I just covered that have potential, but there's also sets out there that you just need to do some due diligence on and try and find not just winners, but strong winners. That's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with wolfofbricks.com. Always go out there and get it.